Hi again, guys. I'm back again with another video, and that full moon in Aquarius was really something. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely felt a huge shift, and I was going through a bunch of things that I've been purging, and finally decided to confront them and just take action. With this energy, it really forces you to make that move even when you're resisting. This full moon in Aquarius really calls in for change and progression. So it's either you jump out the tower or you get pushed out the tower. Either way, it's going to happen, and if Divine has to push you out of it, you have no choice but to comply. And man, it took a lot in me, but it was so simple. So what happened to me yesterday? Well, yesterday so I'm gonna share a little bit about what's going on with me. As you can see, well, I am a divine feminine, and I'm in separation still with my divine masculine, and things have been moving forward on my side, and I know that it has been moving on his side as well. But there are still some things that I was still hesitant of letting go of. And finally yesterday, all I needed to do was just remove him from my social media. So I made that choice in doing so. And as simple as it was, because I know personally, I know how my masculine is. I know how his character is, so he won't throw a fit because I removed him off of social media. He might question it and might ask me, however, other than that, he's not gonna make a fit. Yet I'm fearing the worst, even though I knew that that's not how he's gonna behave. And it's because of that fear and attachment that I had to his vessel. And I needed to release that. Now, this is just my story. This is my journey. So whoever that is watching this, I don't want you to feel like, oh, this is how it's supposed to happen. No, each one of you is going to have your own journey to go through. And I'm sharing this with you all so that you know that you all are not alone in this. And also to know that it's okay to feel vulnerable, and it's okay to feel the way you feel, as long as you acknowledge that they're there, and then you let it go and you learn from there. This full moon really calls in for detaching and letting go of things that no longer serve you, and that extra push that we have from divine really propels you forward towards the goal on having your soul ascend each and every time to its best potential. Otherwise, nothing will move forward. You will just always be stuck there. And that was something I had to learn yesterday. And although I knew I had nothing to fear, I still feared. But it's okay. And that's fine. And I'm okay with it now, and I finally made peace with it. Even though it was just a few hours ago, but it was still something, and I wanted to share that with you, because just in case everyone feels feels a bunch of triggers that were coming up towards the surface. Well, that's the job of the full moon. That's what it does. It brings everything out into in the open, where you feel, where all the hidden secrets that you have within you bubbles up forth. Things that you thought that you have taken care of, but they weren't. They have always been there in the shadows. And facing your truth is something that is, it's not a really easy thing to do. It's a simple thing to do, but it's not easy. Nothing simple is ever easy anyway, so. And I remember earlier this week I was by the water. I think it was last Sunday. I was by the water and I was sitting on one of the rocks, and I remember I wanted to take a picture of the scene and the waves, but by the time I took out my phone shuts off and wouldn't turn back on. And it was only at 50%, and I mean, come on, my phone is supposed to be working, like, what the hell? But this was not the first time that Spirit had interfered with my electronics, so I asked, okay, what is it that you want me to notice in it? And I heard, be still. So I stayed still. I listened to the waves, the wind rushing through my ears, and this sense of serenity and calmness just came over me. And for the rest of the time that I was by the water, my phone would not turn on, no matter what I did, until I walked back and got to my car and plugged in my phone. One thing I did notice, though, when I was looking at the waves is how, when you look closely at it, when you see the waves rolling in, you see how chaotic it is. And as I was gazing towards the waves, I hear things are going to be on a roll, along the lines of those words. But it was telling me to look out for something. And throughout this whole week, I was getting synchronicities upon synchronicities, and even numbers that I would just find randomly, and even letters that I would shift them into numbers, letters of the alphabet, if you know what I'm talking about. And I would get a message from there, and it was always leading up to the number 14, the Temperance card, or the Death card, especially the Tower card. And that's funny because then the Tower kept showing up for me, or numbers that would go up to number 16. Yesterday was the 16th, and there was a major Tower moment where I was speaking to a friend of mine. She's probably gonna watch this. Hi, what's up? And she mentioned something about if I still have fear of releasing my masculine off of social media, somewhere around those lines. And I remember I just remember feeling like, well, fuck, because this was a message that I kept ignoring, that my guys kept bringing up, and I kept ignoring it, and I knew that I had to do it at some point. And finally I said, okay, it's time. It's either now or I'm not going to do it. So I ended up doing so. And as I was fascinated by how easy it was to just do something like that, but I also came across how fearful I was in doing so. And that in itself is actually a good sign too, because the things that lies ahead, the journey is never going to be easy. And that's when you know that you're in the right direction. Other than that, I feel very grateful for the things that I came across and made me into the person I am. There was a lot more that happened with me besides this twin flame journey, but the person I am now had definitely changed from the person a year ago, or like 20 years back. And I can't be grateful enough. So I thought I shared that with you because I feel like it might benefit those who listen to this and know that they are not alone in this journey. So I'm gonna do an energy update on the collective, see what's going on with the divine masculine and feminine, and let's see what happens. Let's see. Sorry, if you hear any noise, well, I live near an airport and I live right next to a train tracks, so you'll just hear planes going above my head every now and then, but I hope you all can hear me properly. So what I'm gonna do now is just gonna clear my space with the sound. Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to, which one should I use? Okay, so we're going to look at what's going on with the collective. Okay, I hope you guys can see properly. Okay. What's going on with the Twinflame collective? Oh wow. And the card. Oh, there's two more. So the overall energy here this is for the collective, so the overall energy here is the universe, so this card would represent the world card. So a huge cycle is about or is ending or has ended, and a new one is beginning. That's the message I'm getting. So this is for the overall energy. I hope you can see see the cards properly. Just gonna put it here. The card that fell out is the Hierophant in reverse, the Awakening, which is the Judgment card, We have the Three of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. And I'm going to pull out clarifiers for this one so you can have a little, so that we can have a grasp on what's the story behind all of this. Okay, so clarify for me the Hierophant in reverse. Oops. No! Yes, the Ten of Swords. Clarify for me the Awakening card, Judgment. Oh. You heard me say Judgment, right? And you heard me say that this represents the Judgment, right? Well, look what came out, the Judgment. Ah, man. Oh man, what is going on here? Okay. Okay, so clarify for me the Three of Cups. Oh, this card? Okay. Three of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Clarify for me the Knight of Wands. Clarify for me the Knight of Wands. Oh, two cards. Okay. The Moon. And the Lovers. Okay. Clarify for me the King of Cups. That's too much cards. Clarify for me the King of Cups. What's going on with you? Okay. Some of them are still resisting, that's what I'm feeling. Okay, clarify for me the King of Cups. Oh, come on. Now you don't want to talk? Come on. Give me something here. Okay, give me the King of Cups. Okay, finally. The Empress. And last but not least, clarify for me the Ten of Wands. The Eight of Wands. All right. And the overall message, the Chariot, things are moving. This is perfect. We have the universe or the world. Things are closing and new things and new beginnings are happening. One door shuts, another one opens. Everything is coming into place and things are moving very quickly. And yes, this is for the Twinflame collective, and this also really symbolizes all twin flames, divine feminine and masculine. So we know now who this message is coming from. And also, it's happening, the energies are happening very quickly. So, in the beginning here, you have the Hierophant in reverse, with the clarified by the Ten of Swords. So, what's happening here, and the message here is that there were those in the collective, doesn't matter, divine, masculine, feminine, doesn't matter, have been trying to resist, were resisting some parts of them that they needed to change, and because of the energy of the full moon, and also in Aquarius, it forces an ego death. And that's exactly what happened to me. It could be during the days going into the full moon, on the full moon, or even after. The energies remains for a good couple of days, and it was powerful enough to cause an ego death and forces us to jump out of the tower. Either we jump ourselves or we get pushed. And regardless to whether we jump or we get pushed, this is what has happened to the majority of us, or at least those that are in this wave. And next we have, well, double judgment, the awakening and judgment. As the ego death has been set place, immediately there was a quickening. 10, 20, 20, double judgment. This and this is 4. When you, well, 20 and 20 is 40, but if you take away the 0, it becomes 4. It talks about the masculine. Now, this could talk about the divine masculine, or it could talk about the divine masculine within all divine counterparts. So both masculine and feminine, we all have that with the energies within us. Taking the action in ascending our inner masculine and our inner divine feminine. And it was immediately after I had removed my divine masculine off my social media, I felt a huge shift immediately. And I can tell, like, he probably might have noticed it, but might not want to show it very much. But he's no fool. He also is very, very intuitive as well. But yes, this is so clear on what is going on. Judgment has arrived. And in the next card here we have the 3 of Cups. So, what do I get from here? The 3 of Cups. This is how I see it. In the regular Rider-Waite, you see 3 women holding up 3 cups. And for me, and that usually talks about celebrating. And look at this. There's a full moon. There's a full moon. The moon has created this balance within us. The body, mind, and spirit are aligning with the energy that is being given to us by the full moon in Aquarius. And I'm hearing the lower bottom chakras. Oh yes, the 3 right here. The 3 right here. The sacral chakra, the solar plexus, and the root chakra. I'm probably not even saying that all in order, but you get the point. The 3 lower ones. And these are the ones that grounds us. And it's interesting that it's all here, and you have the pyramid that's pointing towards the moon, and it's just absorbing all of that goodness from the full moon. So celebrating yourself, body, mind, and spirit, all aligned towards the full moon and the energy that it gives us, so that we are able to bring in our abundance that is waiting for us to be materialized, because it's there in the cosmic. What we put out there has already occurred, and now it's about bringing that energy into the physical so that we can reap the abundance that we have set for ourselves. This is really beautiful. And abundance can mean anything. It could be emotional abundance, financial abundance. There's so many things that you can put into the word abundance itself, and it can mean a lot of different things. Just as long as within the goodness of your heart, the goodness of others, if there's something good behind it, that's when it becomes even more, this is where it becomes even more worthwhile calling it for, and realizing that you are worth, that you are worth having all of that. You are worth it. And then next we have the king, not the king of wands, I mean the knight of wands, and it's clarified by the moon and the lovers. And this is really interesting here. This is really, really interesting. Because 8 and 6, I'm not really sure, but 8 and I believe that, this is 18, which is the moon. Equals 6. This equals 24, and this will come back to 6. And this goes well so much. This goes well so much with what I just said about the 3 of Cups. Coming into balance within ourselves because of the moon's energy. And it also is propelling for us to jump into the unknown and be able to explore. And this is for both masculine and feminine I'm talking about. This is the most confident of the knights, I believe. Is it the one? Yes. The most passionate one, and is taking full charge and jumping into the unknown. And that's what I'm feeling. If you all see a different message, you could comment down below and express what you feel from what other messages you feel can come from this. I'm always open to hearing other people's opinions. So next we have the King of Cups, and we have the Empress. And this here could be talking about the divine masculine, or our inner masculine recognizing our feminine counterpart, the Empress. And when in talking about the inner energies within us, masculine and divine feminine within us, is that you can't hype up one side without hyping the other. Those two complement each other for a reason, and that's why they're there. Our ascendant masculine selves is starting to recognize the feminine. And when it comes to our divine masculine in the flesh, he is now starting, or is now feeling the energy of his feminine, as she is now arising to her empresshood. I don't know if that's the right word, if that's even a word at all, but now it's a word. He started to be all in his feelings, because now he's feeling her ascending, and he's feeling her pulling away and focusing more on herself and the divine. And he's starting to get scared, because now he's like, no, please don't leave. And you're like, no, I'm still here, but stop worrying. I know it's hilarious, but that's kind of how it goes. One gets scared that the other one is pulling away. So, but either way, you're still in. One cannot be hyped without the other, and now those in the collective are starting to recognize that now. And then lastly here we have the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. So yes, major things started to that we have carried for so long on our backs are now being released. We are forced to make that change so that communication and other things can come into play, and it's coming in very quickly. But this has to happen first, and it's actually probably even happening right now. If it's not happening to you yet, it's going to happen right now, or happening very soon, because it's happening, and it has been happening for the past few days. You probably might not even notice the change just yet, but it will hit you soon. Yeah, that was actually really amazing. These cards are really good. It's really nice to know what is going on in the collective, and even though some need to be pushed into it, it's still oh wow, I'm sorry. It's just that there was a card there was a missing card, and it was right underneath the camera, and I didn't even notice it. So I'm going to show it to you right now. It's Serenity, and this represents... what does this represent again? Oh, yes. It represents the Hermit. Going within, and connecting to the universe, and being oneness. And recognizing your light. I felt like you needed to see that. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna take a look at what's happening with the Divine Masculine. Okay. So, Spirit, what can you tell me? Who are these Divine Masculines, and what's going on with their energy? Who are these Divine Masculines? Overall energy, the Hierophant. This is for the masculines. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups, the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. Oh, that's funny. The Ace of Swords is there. I'm gonna put it right here. The Two of Wands. Okay, wait. Okay. The Two of Wands, the Son of Wands, or the Knight of Wands. Hey guys, so I don't know where it cut off, but it cut off around while I was pulling out cards for the masculine. So so we're just gonna continue right ahead, and so what we have here is the Five of Cups, and clarified by the Hangman. So what I get here is that what's going on with the masculine is that he is crying. This feels really dreadful every time I look at it. For some reason, it just has this eerie look to it. And the way I'm feeling is that he is deep within his emotions. He's still crying over spilled milk, but I feel like this is in the past right now, like the past present, you can say, or this not even make any sense at all, but I feel like this was like a recent past where they were all in their emotions, being fearful because they have in their mind, what if I have done this properly, what if this, what if that, and it has been holding them back for so long. But now with the energy and the energy of the full moon, it allowed them to look at things in a different perspective and help them move away from that energy. This is a 12, 17. They're gaining their strength back. They're pulling away from this energy here. They're looking at things in a different perspective, and they're gathering whatever strength that they can have so that they can move away from this energy. And with the energy of the full moon, it helped them push. It helped push them towards the direction that they need to be. Next we have the Daughter of Wands, or the Page of Swords, and it's clarified with the World card. So this pretty much solidifies what I've been saying a few moments ago, where they are now looking at things in a different light, and they still feel a bit guarded, but they are now being pushed forward to end a new cycle, to end an old cycle so that they could start a new one. Because it's one door closes, another one opens. This becomes 22. 22 is a double of 11, and this is crazy. This is really, really amazing energy. Good job, masculines. Next we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands and the regular Rider-Waite. You have someone having a globe in his hand, and is looking ahead. And he's now making plans. He knows now what he wants. He's recognizing that he has the tools that he needs, and he is looking ahead in how he's going to not only make the offer to come forward, but to manifest things into the physical, and also with the thought of coming into union with his divine feminine. And he not only does he's working on an offer, it's happening quickly, and he's working on that communication. But that communication is going to happen when he gathers his confidence together, and that also mirrors back towards the feminines. The feminines need to be comfortable under their own skin and being in their light as the Empress, and it will mirror back to the masculine. So this can only happen, communication will only happen once everyone is in their power. The Son of Wands, or the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands wants to, the masculine are right here, right now, and wants to come in towards their true self, their Emperor self. And they're coming in very passionately. They're feeling, my hands feel very heated right now the moment I said that. But yes, they're feeling very passionate and coming forward towards their feminine. And then next here we have the Son of Swords, or better known as the Knight of Swords and Justice. Yes, he wants to come in quickly and speak his truth, and he wants to bring justice to his feminine. We have also here the the Four of Wands, and clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. Well, he is moving towards union, and it's going to happen. but it's gonna happen in divine timing when it's supposed to happen. And that is when both sides, I repeat, when both sides are in their, both sides, the divine feminine, divine masculine, does not matter. When you are in your, when you are aligned and you're in your power, that's when things are gonna move. But you guys don't know how close you are. The overall energy for the masculine is, on the bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. So he is receiving all this knowledge, and he wants to, and he finally made the decision to speak his truth and live his truth. And also, he's done with the bullshit right now. Oh, look under here, Ace of Wands. He's done with the bullshit. He wants to make this happen, so that he can have that emotional fulfillment with his feminine. And if some feminines have kids of their own, or they have kids with their masculine, like in my case, I'm a single mom, so this kind of reminds me a little bit. But like, in case he wants to give this to his feminine as well, and he wants to feel this. Yeah, this, when it comes to towards the masculines, it's really good. It's really good to see the shift within them, what this moon has done for them, and what is going on with them, and the progress that they've been doing. Makes me so happy. So now we're gonna do the feminines. Now we're gonna do the feminines. If any divine masculines are listening to this, welcome. I'm really happy that you would come across my channel. I want to make these readings as much as I can, not for the message not to be one-sided, because I know there's a lot of those that, especially a lot of divine feminines, I believe that the divine masculine do all the work, but that's not the case. Both are in this together. So who are these divine feminines and what's going on with their energy? These ones? Okay. So the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. And the overall energy on the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords. Okay, hold on a second. Sorry, I needed to take that call. Okay, so for the divine, so the overall energy of the divine feminine is the Knight of Swords. So I'm gonna pull out clarifiers for these ones. So clarify for me the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Things are looking good, feminines. Clarify for me the Six of Cups. Too much cards, too many cards. Clarify for me the Hangman. Clarify for me the King of Wands. Okay, the King of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Clarify for me the Four of Pentacles. Okay. The Eight of Cups, and then lastly, clarify for me the Page of Wands. Death. And the overall energy is the Daughter of Pentacles, or the Page of Pentacles. The top of the deck is Heartbreak, which is a clarifier for the Magician. I'm gonna put it like this. Okay, so when we look over here, the Ten of Pentacles for Divine Feminines, this energy has really pushed you to release something, because now your eyes are now focused on the Ten of Pentacles, and it's clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, because you are working and now towards this, and even being in this energy, the universe is granting you the Ace of Pentacles that will give you, when you add these two together, it's 11. So this is your abundance is gonna be flowing in for you faster than you think. It's already there. You have to believe it's coming, and that you already have it, and that you're already living in it. Next we have the Six of Cups. I can't even speak properly. A lot of the feminines here are still reminiscing towards the past. I mentioned that there are some that has been resistant to change, and they were being stubborn about it, and it was holding them back. But now with the energy helped shift their perspective on the past, and now they're seeing things in a different light, and they're now learning how to release and detach themselves without fearing that they will lose the feeling of those memories. You can detach yourself from those memories and yet cherish them at the same time, because we're gonna always have our memories, but when you have an unhealthy attachment to one that doesn't serve you, it's not good to keep on holding that. You have to let that go. You can cherish those moments, but you have to also let yourself be free so that new memories can come in. Because what you're about to receive is going to be so much better. And then we have the King of Wands. And this is you feminine, stepping into, I see it as this, stepping into your inner masculine energy and taking control within yourself. And that brings in and that helps make the wheel turn. That's what I'm hearing. Yes, you making the move and stepping into your power and focusing on yourself is what's gonna help the wheel turn. That's what I'm hearing. And here we have the Four of Pentacles, and clarified by the Eight of Cups. And what this is telling me is that now feminines who were resistant to change and they kept holding on to things have finally walked away from the things that no longer serve them, because all they've been holding on to were just pieces of memories that were hazardous to themselves, hazardous to their health, their mental state, their emotional state. They're just jagged edges that all it does, it just hurts them and cuts them. They're holding on to things that are no longer complete, and they're beyond rebuilding. So now they're recognizing this and finally took that leap to walk away. And that's really good. And they're now with the Page of Wands. This pretty much explains where the feminines are right now. You all are now taking that step and going within and exploring new heights, because you've been reborn and you have risen out of your own ashes, just like a phoenix. This is really good energy that we're having here. Really good energy that we're having here. And for the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords, and on the top we have the Magician. So what this tells me overall, feminines, you are recognizing that you have the tools that you need, and that with the energy that is going on, it's pushing you to take into action, and you are called to do things quickly because things are happening at such speed. There's no time for you to take a step back and look. You'll do that later. Just keep moving forward. And move away from anything that is heartbreaking to you, that no longer serves you anymore. Focus on mending your heart and fixing it all together. Because you're only what is wounded will heal eventually. It's painful, but the healing process is slow, but it's sure to happen. And also with the Daughters of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles, learn to be able to give to yourself more. That's the message I'm hearing. Otherwise, this is an amazing reading. Both sides are growing, both the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, and it's just, all it takes is for just one simple thing to do so that the wheel can turn properly. Okay, so okay, so I'm gonna pull an oracle card for the collective, and let's see what the divine have to say towards the two counterparts. What would you like to bless the collective with? Spirit, what would you like to bless with the collective? Okay. Growing community. So we're gonna look that up. Growing community, growing community, growing community. Where are you? Growing community. Okay, I don't know if you could see this properly, but okay. Growing community. Gather those around you who shared similar values and ideas, as well as others who provide a different perspective to yours, and learn from them. Reach out to people who inspire you and share truthfully from your heart the things that matter the most to you. Over time, you'll find you are surrounded with people who bring you so much joy and love to your life. Affirmation. I attract a community of friends whose beautiful energy resonates with mine. And this is really beautiful, because with the old, this is perfect for this type of energy, because with that old cycle closing, a lot of people that no longer resonate with you will start to dissipate and disappear. And what it's saying is that there are going to be people who are going to be drawn to you and are going to align with you, and you're going to experience new memories with them. So as you both, and I'm speaking to both Divine Masculine and Feminine, as you both grow individually and are working your way towards your divine counterpart, take each moment and each memory that comes with this journey to consideration, because it's going to help you grow and become the best versions of yourself. I really hope this reading resonates with you. If you like it, if this message resonates with you, you can like, share, and subscribe, and you can comment things down below as long as you're respectful towards others and it's not harmful. If you want to follow my Instagram, the information is down below, and I will speak to you all next time. Take care. God bless.